from London, England, where the Queen lives.
Recorded live from an underground bunker and packaged into an MP3 with a pretty little picture. Helping bring you the motivation, inspiration, and some other stuff to help kickstart your day. Hoo-yah! This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And this is your host, Chris Jaggs.
Join the motivation. Join the motivation.
Hello! It's another Learn, Develop, Live podcast. And I just want to say to you, happy Monday. It's the start of a brand new week. And poor Monday. Poor Monday. It's the most hated day of the week. And when you think about it, poor Monday. You ain't heard nobody. But why is Monday so hated? Well, just think about this as I record the episode. It's actually quite obvious. Now, if you only work Monday to Friday, hold on. Can I give a shout out to the weekend workers out there? Now, I used to hate Friday and Saturday back in the retail days, but now it's the complete opposite. And it's kind of relevant to what I'm saying now. But working those 5 days during the week, you've got the weekend off, good old Saturday and Sunday. It's the weekend, whoop, whoop. And then sometime on Sunday, you start to think about going back to work on Monday. And then it comes. The alarm clock starts shouting at you, trying to get your ass out of bed. And the start of the next 5 day cycle starts until you reach the weekend again. So with Saturday being the first day of the 5 day week, and that is why it's the most hated. You know what, if the week started on a day called Fun Day, that would probably be the most hated day of the week as well. But anyway, so the reason you hate Monday could be quite easy to explain. And I'm going to throw a suggestion out there that possibly, could it be that you don't have a goal in mind? You haven't got something that you're aiming towards, working every day towards to try and achieve? Now, I'm not talking about those objectives you were given during your appraisal at work back in April, whenever it was, that your job, your job, your jump out of bed, etc., gave you. But what about the goals and objective you've set yourself? The goals and vision of what you're working towards to achieve for you, for your business, for your movement, for your own self-development. Now, I guarantee you, when the alarm went off, beep, beep, beep and all that, when you rose out of your pit on Monday morning, maybe that was today, the reason you got yourself upright, there was a possible feeling of dread as to where you're going to go. But what about if the place you were actually going was actually somewhere you wanted to be? Maybe your business is waiting for you. Maybe a passion of yours is something you'd be able to work with. And you actually look forward to going to work, even if you see it as work at all. The point of this episode was, after I was listening to that Peter Crouch podcast from BBC 5 Live, starring obviously Peter Crouch, recently retired professional footballer who played for so many different teams and of course England. Now the boots have been hung up and a podcast is one of the many different avenues of media work that Peter's got himself into since leaving his old club Burnley. If you haven't heard it, it's well worth a listen. Plenty of laughs along the way every week and even some talk of football. So on one episode, the subject, they were talking about what Crouch has been doing since officially retiring, and it was looking at the biggest changes since leaving the pro footballer world. And number one on the list was everyday life in general, obviously. But imagine you going from playing for a team, you go to training every day and then match days, to nothing, because you've retired. Crouch's biggest comment was since leaving football, he's obviously been able to spend more time at home with the family, taking the kids to school, buying random things like a £1,000 indoor tree. But that's another subject. But aside from the family thing, Crouch he's got no actual official goals that he's working towards. There's no aim in his professional life, and this was the massive culture shock, as he just didn't know what he was doing with himself. Luckily though, there have been some media opportunities, and he's a regular on BT Sport. There's been a match a day, and obviously he's got the podcast, which he loves doing, his little side thing. So, do you have a purpose in life? Do you know what it actually is? How's your goals going? Do you have any in mind? Now, I'm not talking about those New Year's resolutions, which you decide on because New Year says you need to have a few resolutions. I'm talking about actual goals and aims for you to try and tackle. Goals are what take us forward in life. They are the oxygen to our dreams. Oh, that's kind of deep. They are the first steps to every journey we take and also our last. It's very important that you realise the significance and importance of goal setting and apply this knowledge in your life. So, does the idea make sense? I mean, you've listened so far and you're thinking maybe a goal or 3 or 4, that'll push you along, wouldn't it? Which is great, because I agree with you. So how do we go about setting those goals? You set your goals with a number of levels. First, you create your big picture, the big picture in the sky. And this is what you want to do with your life. Or say, I don't know, next 10 years or so. You identify the large-scale goals that you want to achieve. Then you break them down. Break them down into smaller and smaller targets that you can hit, reach. These are ones that you're going to reach to get your lifetime goals. Finally, once you got your plan, you start working on it and you achieve those goals. Now, this is why we start the process by setting goals and looking at lifetime goals. Then we work down to the things that we can do in, say, 5 years, and then the next year, next month, next week, today, and start the journey forward. So step 1 is setting lifetime goals. The first step in setting lifetime personal goals is, to consider what you want to achieve in your lifetime, or at least distant future, like I said, 5, 10 years, whatever it is. Setting your lifetime goals gives you the overall perspective that shapes all other aspects of your decision making. To give a broad, balanced coverage of all the important areas in your life, try to set goals in some of the following categories, or categories of your own. These are just examples, but you use what's right with you. So, you could have career. What level do you want to reach in your career? The next level. What do you want to achieve? Financial. How much do you want to earn? By when do you want to earn it? And how is it related to your career goals? Education. Is there a knowledge that you want to, in particular? Is there something that you want to learn? What information skills would you need in order to achieve your goals? Family. Do you want to be a parent? Are you able to be a parent? If so, how are you going to be a good parent? Have you seen, how do you want to be seen as a parent or by members of your extended family? Artistic. Any artistic goals like that? Attitude. Is there a part of your mindset holding you back? Is any part of the way that you behave upsets you? If so, set a goal to improve your behaviour or find a solution to the problem. Physical. Are there any athletic goals that you want to achieve? Do you want good health into old age? Do you just want to feel better? Do you want to lose some weight? How about pleasure? How do you want to enjoy yourself? And what about public service? Public service. Do you want to make the world a better place? If so, how are you going to do that? You could spend some time brainstorming these things, and then you can maybe select 1 or 2 more goals. You could then consider trimming them down again until you've got a small number of really significant goals that you can actually focus on. And as you do this, make sure that the goals that you have, the ones that you set, are ones that you generally want to achieve. Not ones that have been made by your parents, family, employer, girlfriend, other half, whatever, boyfriend. If you have a partner, you probably want to consider what he or she wants. However, make sure that you remain true to yourself. And if you have no interest in making the goal happen, why would you want to push yourself to make it happen? Because you're not going to, are you? So, step 2, setting smaller goals. Once you've set your lifetime goals, you could set a 5-year plan. 5-year plan is smaller goals that you need to do to complete that big one if you want to try and achieve your lifetime plan. You could create a one-year plan, 6-month plan, 1-month plan, or progressively smaller, maybe got a week. But these should all be put in place to help you achieve your lifetime goal, however big that may seem to you. Now, each of these should be based on the previous plan. Follow this up with a You could create a to-do list, and these could be the things that you want to do day to day to go towards your lifetime goal. What about keeping a journal or a diary of your progress? Highlight what's worked, what didn't work with your approach, and this could be the documented journey of how far you've come with your goal. And that quote comes to mind: once you start to see results, it becomes addictive. Now, if you're looking through this journal of yours and suddenly you see how far you've come, that could wake a few addictive boxes up and make you want to go a bit further. And early stage or smaller goals might be to read books and gather information on the achievement of your higher level. Anything that helps improve the quality and the realism of your goal is well worth time. Finally, review your plan. Make sure that you can make sure it's going to fit into the way that you want to live your life. So staying on course with all this, once you've decided on your first set of goals, keep the process going by reviewing and updating your to-do list or diary on a daily basis. Periodically review the longer-term plans and modify them to reflect your changing priorities and experience. A good way to do this is to schedule regular, repeating reviews and seeing how you're doing. Have a little health check on it. SMART goals. Now, a useful way of making goals more powerful is to use the SMART method. And there are plenty of methods out there and variations of this. But SMART usually stands for, so you've got S for specific, you've got M for measurable, A for attainable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. For example, instead of having sail around the world as a goal, it's more powerful to use the SMART goal, to have completed my trip around the world by December 31st, 2027, for example. Now, obviously, this is only attainable if a lot of preparation has been completed beforehand. And of course, you know how to sail a boat. How about a couple of other tips on how to set your goals? Now, again, broad guidelines. These may work for you, may not. You've got to try them now. State each goal as a positive statement. Express your goal positively, i.e., execute this technique well. It's a much better goal than don't make a stupid mistake. Be precise. Set precise goals, putting in dates, times, and amounts so you can measure, achieve. And you can see how well you're doing as well. And if it's a little bit of delay, you can see how far behind you are and then push yourself forward again. Set priorities. We have several goals. Give each a priority. This helps you avoid feeling overwhelmed by having too many goals and helps you direct your attention to the more important ones. Write goals down. Obvious, really. Puts it in play, see exactly what the target is. Keep operational goals small. Keep the low-level goals that you're working towards small and achievable. If a goal's too large, then it can seem that you're not making any sort of progress towards it, and it's going to definitely hurt your confidence and get a little bit of disheartenment there. Keep your goals small, gives you more opportunities for reward. Set performance goals, not outcome goals. Now, you should take care to set goals over which you have as much control as possible. And if something is not in your control and it stops you from achieving it, again, that's going to knock you. In business, these reasons could be a bad business environment or unexpected effects of government policy. In sport, they could be poor judgment, bad weather, injury, or just bad luck. If you base your goals on personal performance, then that is what you can keep control over. And this will be a control over your achievements, and you can draw satisfaction from them. Next is to set realistic goals. And it's important to set goals that you can actually achieve. All sorts of people, for example, employers, parents, media, society, they can all set unrealistic goals for you. They'll often do this in ignorance of your own desires and ambitions. It's also possible to set goals that are too difficult because you might not appreciate either the obstacles in your way or you might not understand exactly how good you need to be able to do it. Now, I've been talking a lot longer than I intended, so that's also stopping you from getting your goals started. So let's wrap this up now. Please remember that I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. How can I serve you? Now, you can jump on my calendar at ldlcall.com, or drop me a message on 07801 543 515. And look, I know it does look scary out there and you might be nervous, but I promise you, take the first step. And from my own personal experience, you'll be asking yourself, why don't you take that first step sooner? Look, you're hyped up. Woo! Come on, give me a woo. Woo! No, just me. Well, give me a woo if you want to. But let's make your dreams come true. Let's get on it. Let's get after it. Are you with me? Come on. Now, come on. Come on! Let's get with it. I'll see you in the next one, but I'll see you on the calendar first.
Goodbye.
What? It's over already?
All over.
Thank you for listening to the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. I hope you feel as warm, motivated, and fuzzy inside as I do. You can connect with Chris at LearnDevelopLive.com or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
I won't say goodbye. I'll just say until we meet again.
Until next time, join the motivation. 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 Motivation.